Good morning to this episode of Insurance Questions Podcast. Potluck with Donnie Lowe. Doc AF number 260 is brought to you by our fine friends at Adara. You can reach them at aderalife.com. That's EDERARALYFE.com. Elevate your day with Adara's Empower Plus, a dynamic superfood blend of locally grown broccoli, microgreens, broccoli sprouts, and lion's mane mushrooms. You don't even know what that is, Doc? I have no idea what that is. Fueling energy, detox, focus, and longevity in every serving. And because you are a wonderful watcher of all of our shows, you can go to when you're checking out and use the promo code Buffalo, and you'll get an additional 15% off. So yeah, buy some of that lion mane stuff, and you can tell us what it's all about, because I think I got to get some too. So once again, go check them out, our friends at aderalife.com. Put in promo code Buffalo to get your money off, and we're good to go. Then here we go, Donnie Lowe. I don't have to share with her. We're actually taping this previously, and this show is actually going to be shown on November 6th. I can't believe we're talking about November already, Don.
I know.
That's insanity, isn't it?
It is. It's crazy.
But,
where did the year go?
I don't know, Don. And how did you put up with me for another year? That's the biggest question for a lot of people are probably asking right now.
Believe it or not, I lost more hair than I lost this year too. So
you got nothing to lose there, buddy boy. I can tell you. But
you're finishing me off.
That does not sound right, Don. That sounds wrong. I am not finishing Donnie off. All right. Poor Doc. He's like, what the hell's going on? Well, we have a guest again. He did a fine job for us last Thursday, and we want to continue with part 2 of our visit with Doc. And I just want everybody to know that all the comments and statements by Eddie Buffalo, Donnie Lowe, and Dr. Andy Freeman are purely for entertainment purposes. I don't know if you liked your logo this week, Don. I threw it together real quick. Do you like how I put Doc AF?
Yes, although you could have put Doc AMF, right? Doc AMF. But wherever you
I know.
Right?
I'm not inappropriate like you, Don. I try to do everything the right way. I'm not inappropriate.
I didn't choose my name.
Oh, okay.
None of us do. I don't even have a middle name. We were.
Can I do your spot, and I'll do mine?
Oh yeah, do your stuff, Don. I'm gonna sit here. I'm just gonna stare at you.
Okay. Go to our YouTube channel. That's the best way to experience this podcast. It's EBI Media Insurance Questions Podcast. EBI Media Insurance Questions Podcast. Please like, share, and subscribe there. Or if you'd rather listen to the podcast, we're just about anywhere that you can listen to a podcast. Like, share, and subscribe there. We appreciate you being here. Typically, we're on TikTok Live. Today, we're not, but our other podcasts, we will be. So thank you for taking time out of your day to share it with us. We really appreciate that, and we're grateful for you. And you have to do your disclaimer, Ed.
I just did it, Goofy. All the comments and statements by Eddie Buffalo, Donnie Lowe, and Dr. Andy Freeman are purely for entertainment purposes. Take it away, Donnie Lowe. I said all this before, Don. Are you trying
No,
to
you didn't. I don't think you did.
gaslight me here, dude? What is wrong with you today? Oh, you didn't take your coated aspirin. The doctor said he could tell. He's watching you. So I did a little bit of thinking after the last show. We were all over the place because we were kind of excited that you were here. And I was thinking of a lot of different things, and so was Donnie. But
Yes.
I have a pretty simple question that's so hard to do because not all of us like to listen to what we're told to do. How can I work most with my doctor that I have a long and healthy life, as long as I can get it? I mean, because none of us make it out alive, except Donnie. He's gonna be Donnie and the cockroaches, because he's already 300 years old.
Richards.
And Keith Richards. Donnie's already 300 years old.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
He knew, he
There's
could
a
tell
pic-
that.
there's a picture with wrinkles sitting in the room. Working with your doc. Typically, my custom in practice when I see somebody is I look at their chart beforehand and see what their big problems are. I look and see what is going to limit the length and quality of this guy's life. Obstacles I'll run into in the office, the person will come in with a laundry list of things that are important to them. You know, my elbow hurts, I've got a funny spot here, why am I not sleeping well, blah, blah, blah. And sometimes their priorities and the big priorities will be different. Try to look at your visit with how am I doing long term? What is going to limit the length of my life? What is going to limit the quality of my life? And if you look at it that way and let the doc kind of prioritize the problems addressed, that helps a lot. Things that I would prioritize as a patient would be my weight, my blood pressure, my blood sugar and cholesterol, and bad habits that I have, be it smoking, drinking, drugs. Those are the things that long-term are going to determine how well I live and how long I live. If I go in with a list of 8 problems, I have to recognize you can't address what's big and important to me and all those 8 problems. That's unrealistic. Try to pick the big problems and perhaps one of the smaller nuisance problems and deal with them, and then go back in future visits and mop up little nuisance problems. You know, you in an office visit can only usually effectively deal with about 2 problems, perhaps 2.5. Anything after that, the practitioner kind of has to shoot from the hip, and they've got one foot out of the door because the way it's set up, their time demand is pulling them. So go with the person's priorities. If they're going after your blood pressure, it means that sore elbow of yours or that spot in your forearm is way down the list of things that really matter long term. That would be the first thing to do. The second thing is to recognize that you can only deal with a couple problems effectively in that brief time they're allowed to have with you. Given the choice, the doctor would love to have an hour visit with everybody, deal with everything, but you can't. Most doctors are employed now by hospitals, corporations, etc., and everything runs by how they're used, and they are under tremendous pressure that they can't duck to see people in a limited amount of time. So you have to work with the system you're handed. Get that big problem dealt with, get that second big problem dealt with, then you can play Trivial Pursuit with the elbow or the spot or I read about this on the internet. You know what I mean? So try to look at it that way. Now, do I have to love my doctor? Heavens no. I'm using my doctor partially. He's a technician. I don't love my plumber, but if my plumber does a good job, I'm going to stay with him. You know, I just want somebody where at least I can have the feeling that I'm heard and that they're technically good. I don't have to love the person. I don't have to share personal anecdotes. I use my physicians, surgeons as good technicians. I take their advice the same way. If I had a plumber or an electrician, I may not like the guy, but if he does good work, I get out of his way and take his advice. That works.
That makes sense.
Other things I would suggest is when I'm giving advice, take it.
It's kind of like saying, when you're putting stuff together, that instructions are for suckers. You might get it put together, but it ain't gonna be perfect. So, I mean, I try my best to listen to what my doctors say because it's done me well, Like I was just talking to you earlier about that, I saw my surgeon that did my bariatric surgery a year and a half later, and I said, thank you so much for giving me my life back. And his response was, I didn't do nothing. I gave you the tools to succeed and you used them. So I
Yeah.
thought that was very interesting, you know, because, you know me, Don, I don't like rules.
No.
And that's very succinctly put. I try to give people the best advice I can. I'll try to explain why something is better, why something is worse. I'll try to play that tape forward if they choose other alternatives. And I always give people room to back down and change their mind.
Did you lose your lighting, Don?
Yeah, I think let me just check real quick a breaker. Okay.
You're in the dark
I'll
right
be-
now, buddy.
I know. I'll be right back. Hold on. Ah, there it is.
All right, you do that. So there you go. It's back, Don. You're
It's
back.
back.
Very good.
Crazy.
So
Most of
I
the-
was just
most
going to
of the
ask a
things
question
we
if I
do-
can.
Sure, please.
well, I'm
Um,
just about
so-
to finish the thoughts.
Oh, I'm sorry.
First,
Okay,
Don.
go ahead. Go ahead.
Mhm.
Most of the things that we need to do to stay healthy are things that we already know that we just have to put in practice. We already know about nutrition. We know about the benefits of exercise. We know about the benefits of avoiding smoking or drinking too much alcohol or using drugs. We just have to put things in practice, and that requires a little bit of individual discipline that unfortunately I can't do that for the patient. I can give them reasons to, I can coach them, I can prod gently, but it comes down to the person making good choices on a moment-to-moment basis and be healthy. And most of the choices are super easy, nothing sophisticated. You know, the choices, an 8-year-old can make with a little bit of guidance. It's just, you have to do what's right for you.
Makes sense. What was your question, Donnie Lowe?
Question I have is, did you ever get like so frustrated with a patient because you try to guide them, give them, like as Eddie said, the tools and the information, and they come back, in the 6 month or 1 year, follow-up visit, and they didn't do anything that you had asked them to, and they really need to, so did you get frustrated or, have to say, look, if you don't want to do this, it's almost like you have to fire your patient, or you say, if you don't want to do this, I won't see you next year because you won't be around.
Now, is that a thing, Doc? If you get to a point where you do not want to deal with a person, can you fire them as a patient?
First, my approach with, if you want to call it non-compliance, we'll call it non-compliance. I try to leave doors open, don't burn bridges. I'll say, okay, well, we didn't get this, we didn't get there. Let's get a restart, retry. And if I have people who choose to do things that are just not good for them, like, I'll choose my mom. My mom was an avid smoker. She loved to smoke. She had a lot of the smoking related illnesses that came with it. And what I would do is just work around it. People who make a bad choice, if they continue to smoke, I'll tell them it's a personal choice. I'll do my best to treat stuff as it comes up. I'm on your side, whether we make that choice or don't make that choice. I don't fire people. I work with them. Yes, people can fire patients. Typically, non-compliance is not a reason I will fire somebody. I'll usually assault if they're harassing staff, making sexually inappropriate comments, racially inappropriate comments, acting in a dangerous fashion. Those are reasons to eventually fire a patient, because you can't really practice medicine with that kind of an environment for the other people around. But If somebody's non-compliant, I'll reapproach. And if they say, I choose to, live on Marlboro's, Old Smuggler and, Jelly Bellies, I'll say, okay, we'll work with you. And treat their COPD cirrhosis or whatever the heck they have. Not to make bad choices. I'm an advisor, I'm not a parent. The parental model of medicine went out probably in the 50s. Now, I'm an advisor, I'm a caring advisor. I'll lay things out, but if somebody doesn't take advice, I'll work with them. I'll ask them what about the advice is repugnant. And if they say, I just want to do this, I know it's going to hurt me, I'll say, hey, I'm here to help you sweep up the pieces as they fall off.
I have an uncomfortable question to ask you.
Sure.
And I know this has been a problem in New York State. What do you do when you feel that your I almost said client now, patient is drug seeking?
I call them on it. I don't prescribe. I'm very, very cautious with the use of controlled substances. I'll call them on it. I'll counsel them. I'll work with them in terms of finding out what, treat the problem, not the symptom.
Because I know in New York, a lot of physicians got to the point where they made their patients do a P test before they would subscribe something else, and that's still done, correct?
Yeah. Plus, the use of narcotics, the pendulum has swung very far away from it from a regulatory standpoint. It's swung a little too far from a regulatory standpoint, but it's swung way far away from it, and people are going to seek and seek and seek, and I'll work with them. I offer them non-narcotic treatment for the problem that they bring to me. I'll ask them why. I'll ask them if there's a problem. I'll ask them if they want help with whatever's there, but I will just not prescribe, but I offer alternatives.
Do you see any of them as you're thinking of them as abusers or as selling drugs for extra money?
All the above.
Mm-hmm.
I've worked, post-retirement, I've gone into a lot of settings where I would see people who are patently abusing substances from other practitioners or patent, it looked like they were making their Christmas money that way. And I call them on it and just personally, I draw my line. I said, okay, not for me.
That's got to be a very uncomfortable.
No, it's not uncomfortable at all.
Really? That's interesting.
Somebody else's opinion of me is none of my business.
It's a good way to think.
Yeah, exactly.
I say it out, and they'll say, I don't like you, or you're X, Y, or Z. I say, okay, thanks very much. Why don't we treat the problem? And if they persist, typically they will select out and go elsewhere.
Now, I have a question for you. We're dealing with a lot of older people, and I mean, STDs have never gone away, obviously.
No.
Do you find that a lot of older people, you see an uptick in STDs amongst older people? And,
Yes.
and what are you seeing? Gonorrhea? What are you seeing most?
Okay. Typically, the big three you're going to see are syphilis, chlamydia, and gonorrhea. Chlamydia is especially insidious because a lot of men are less symptomatic. A lot of men really don't follow up, don't get treated, etc., and they go person to person to person, seeing with chlamydia. Chlamydia and gonorrhea are very much on the uptick. Our national syphilis level is not great either.
That's crazy. That's nuts.
It is. It's a breakdown of our public health system. When I first came into medicine, if I had somebody with a positive syphilis test, obviously I treated them, got public health involved. They tracked down contacts, got everybody in, got everybody treated. No judgment or anything, just get you treated, get you better. With the breakdown of public health, we don't have the contact tracking of things that we used to have. And I'm only coming from practicing since the mid 80s. So public health is really I'm apolitical. Last president I liked was Eisenhower. But right around late 70s, public health defunded and just has been spiraling down, and it's a problem. It's a problem with both our STDs, our infant and perinatal mortality. We're not doing well as a nation. We're sinking in the world things as far as our health goes.
Now, I was reading something the other day that crabs is coming back too. Now, if someone totally shaves off all their pubic hair, can they still get crabs?
In theory, yes. The problem is if somebody has either pubic lice or whatever, or if they have scabies, lice will leave eggs and scabies will leave eggs on a lot of their clothing, beds, couches. I used to joke and burn the hut.
Well, I know when I changed the apartment, I left that mattress in the garbage. Start fresh, Donnie Lowe. Start fresh.
No, that's true.
It's just all this stuff. It never goes away. It just keeps on coming back. I heard stories that young people are getting gonorrhea. I'm like, why? I don't understand.
It's never gone away. The thing that's scary right now is gonorrhea is multi-drug resistant. We're down to one drug, and there are a couple strains in, I think it was Asia, that are now totally resistant to medication.
Wow.
That's not good.
No.
That's
I actually
crazy.
have a
It's
follow-up.
scary. Go ahead, Don.
Yeah, a follow-up question from just before the prior topic about you had mentioned, if somebody is, seeking some sort of narcotic for pain relief or whatever it might be, and you would subscribe or offer something, an alternative. What type of alternatives would you offer?
Okay.
Good question.
The big wastebasket for pain is back pain. People come in with back pain, you find out structurally what's wrong. Physical therapy, topical or oral anti-inflammatories, topical temperature therapy like ice, heat, physical therapy I mentioned. There's like a laundry list of things you can do that are not narcotic.
Mm-hmm.
And the problem is the patient doesn't do them, or does it once and says it doesn't work and comes back. And you just work with them and say, we're not doing this. If you have X, Y, or Z mechanical pain with your back, these are the indicated treatments, the injection therapy, whatever. These are the non-indicated things, which are going to be narcotics. We're not going there. I'll offer you what works. I'll offer you whatever subspecialists will help you. I will obtain whatever imaging I need to find out what the root cause of the back pain is, but we are not going there.
Do you see a direct correlation with people with injuries and obesity?
Oh, no. That's load-bearing structures. If you look at backs, hips, knees, feet, obesity doesn't help. I've been as heavy as 280, which is way, way, way heavier than I should have been. I had an injury and had to be on a lot of steroids for a while. Big difference in my pain level being 210.
That makes sense,
So, my back is load-bearing, my legs are load-bearing. I have chronic pain. I've had 4 neck surgeries, 2 back, 4 lower extremity surgeries. I had a car versus bicycle. I had a bicycle that day. I don't take anything for pain. I stretch. I pray. I meditate. I take a hot shower. I stay active. I hit my treadmill at the local gym for 60, 90 minutes a day as frequently as I can. I do very careful weight-bearing exercise. I, I do everything I can to not take medicine, and it works. Plus, I accept a certain level of pain. I wake up, I hurt, I say hello, old friend, and on with my life I go.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same way. I mean, if I'm not going to the gym every day, my knees are killing me. If I don't do the bike, and just loosen everything up, it's more for like self-preservation than to work out more than anything,
Well, if I can make a quick general thought about weight, orthopedic pain, and things like that. I was a medical director for a nursing home, a big nursing home. And every person who came in, I'd say, why is this person going to a nursing home from the community? Why can't this person live independently? Comes down to three things. These three things to live independently. You have to have some cognition. You don't have to be super smart. You just have to be aware enough not to injure yourself. You have to have a little bit of vision so that you can navigate. And you have to have mobility. You have to be able to get from the couch to the bathroom. Those three things, if you lose one of them, that's usually going to put you in a nursing home. And the majority of the people I saw come in, a big part of it was mobility. What happens with mobility? Obesity, leg problems, problems with balance, tipping and falls.
Sure.
Because I know people in my family got sent to nursing homes after having a certain orthopedic surgery. Why is that though?
Okay. Well, that's outpatient rehabilitation. You have a hip replacement. You have outpatient rehab, and then you go back into the community once you're able to be mobile. That's a different horse of a different color. I'm speaking of the person who cannot live independently in the community and has to be cared for in a nursing home. And it comes down to cognition, vision, mobility. If you've got those three things, with a little bit of outside help, you can move independently. Subtract one of those three, you're going to lose your independence.
And it's amazing. And quality of life for a lot of people. I mean, I just turned 58 and I see some guys back home that are my same age and they look a mess. And other guys, take care of themselves. Longevity wise, I mean, don't get me wrong, I could drop dead of a heart attack tomorrow. But I think we've gone back to using the tools. I'm going to try to do whatever I can to stick around as long as I can and aggravate Donnie as long as I can. Because that's what's my driving force, to just be a
I knew that. I knew that.
Does he have room for two?
Well, maybe. And Doc can be your second burden, Don. That's what he wants to do.
There you go.
With what you eat. We eat so much more than we need. We're very economical animals. Think of us back in the prairies and plains and all. We're not fast.
Yeah.
We're not well weaponed. We don't have big teeth or claws. We're very economical. We do not need that many calories, and we're pretty smart. And our bodies are made to hold calories because we had to have people able to carry a baby to gestation and nurse that baby for 2 to 3 years. So our bodies hang on to calories well. We eat a lot more than we need. We don't know what we're eating, don't realize what we're putting in. So what you do for yourself starts at the table.
Pushing it away is the best exercise. Pushing away from the table, and instead of living to eat, eat to live. That's pretty much like half the time I'm not hungry because I have a 4-ounce stomach, but I know I have to eat something. And, people I talk to, did you eat today? I'm like, none of your damn business, I tolerate, and is this a bariatric thing, Doc? I can drink coffee all day long. But if I have a couple bites of the sandwich, I'm done. I'm full.
That's more of a bariatric thing. And what I've done to help people in terms of non-medication based weight awareness and control. First of all, I take all the calories out of beverages. I'll, drink water, drink some black coffee. Maybe
I don't drink pop anymore. Excuse me, soda. For the people not from Buffalo.
take alcohol out.
Oh, that's huge.
Take your sweets out, and then take carbohydrates out or way down.
See,
Rice, noodle, and any of the pasta products, potatoes, corn, beans, and
All good
the starchy
stuff.
vegetables.
all good stuff.
If you eat predominantly lean protein, egg is not the devil it's painted to be, and make the majority of your diet vegetables, you're going to do better. You're going to be able to be reasonably full.
Live like Paul McCartney, Don. Look at him.
That's true.
When I need to lose weight, morning I would have a couple poached eggs. That way I don't fry and have all that grease. Lunchtime, nice big green salad, can of water packed tuna on it, maybe a little oil and vinegar or something.
You lost
Supper,
me at
little
tuna,
greens,
Doc.
water packed chicken.
There you go. That's better.
Supper, little green salad, all the steamed vegetables I wanted to eat. As far as the eye could see, nice piece of baked fish or baked chicken. Nighttime, peanuts in the shells. If I'm nervous
Oh.
eating at night, the
Mhm.
shells slow you down. I weigh myself regularly. I would keep track of it so I could watch my trend. Behaviorally, I put my number right on the refrigerator. So if I was going to make a bad decision, it's there looking at me. Other things I did.
Makes sense.
There's foods you can't walk away from it. We all have our kryptonite. Ice cream. If I had a 10-gallon container, I would eat 5, probably get sick, and then eat the other 5. I don't buy it and put it in my house. If I need to make a bad decision, I've got to get up out of my pajamas, put clothes on, drive to Walmart, drive back.
Mhm.
Someplace in that decision tree, I'll wake up and say no and stop.
Mhm.
Other thing I did was if I made a mistake, I wake up and I find half a half a cheesecake inside of me. I
Oh,
stop.
that'd be so
I
sick.
don't beat myself up. Figure out why I did it and don't do it again.
That'd be so sick.
I
Well,
would reward myself for good behavior. If I drop 15 pounds, I buy a pair of pants that fit. And each time,
well, believe it or not, boys, we're at the end of another show. Seems like we
I
just
know.
started that.
And I had a couple more questions, but we can't do it. Well, so I have to have you on another time.
Yes, we already talked about that.
if
Maybe.
you want to ask offline, I'd be happy to chat with you later. Just
Nah, save it for the show, Don. You're a media whore.
We'll save it
I know
for the
you
show.
that is supposed to be outside his place.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, you heard about that too, huh?
Are you
Yeah.
John or something? She's like,
I'm his pimp. Is that what you're saying? Or
I would say John.
Oh boy, we had to go down a different road because of that.
No,
So we are going to thank you again for being with us. It was very interesting. Hope we stayed on task for most of the show.
What was the question?
Exactly. Yeah. How can I work with my empathy the most? So we're
Working spoon.
So we are going to end the show like we end every other show. If you like working with people that are just like you have the same passion for life, love your family as much as we do, we are definitely the people you want to be working with. Yeah, I didn't even pull up our website today, and I've had it all ready to go. You can reach us at ebhouse.com, or you can email us at eddiebuffaloinsurance@gmail.com. And what's the hotline, Donnie?
716-541-4118. That's 716-541-4118.
And for our friends in Greece, what is the number for them, Don?
Ooh,
Greece
that's a
is the
different
word.
one. Greece is the word, and I think that for our friends in Greece, it's 716 541 4118.
Oh, I speak Spanish too, I see. Nice. Nice.
It's Greek to me. I don't know.
Oh my gosh. But we have a bunch of new shows next week. Tomorrow I'll be doing a variety show with Eddie Buffalo. Next Monday, Buffalo Fights Live. Tuesday, EBI News for You. Wednesday, Insurance Questions Podcast. And then we'll get back to our normally scheduled show. Potluck with Donnie Law. You gonna have a guest next week, Don? I mean, you got 2 weeks now, basically, from today, because we're taping this last Thursday. So
Yes,
we are
I
out of here. Thanks again, Doc. Thank you very much. And we're
Ciao,
out
ciao,
of here, Don.
everybody.
Say your stuff.
Ciao, ciao.
Do your chows.
I just did.
Less chow.
Less chow, yes.
Let's